What is up, YouTube? It's your boy.
Skinny.
Back at it again with another video. Got a new mic setup today, so let me know what y'all think. I got some feedback from some of the homies. They said I should probably upgrade the mic. I got a Purple Panda. I see that's a brand that a lot of these moto vloggers use. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Today, what I have for y'all is a modless video. Obviously, you guys know I'm rocking on the CBR 600RR, and it is not stock. I thought I'd make a video and let y'all know everything I have done to this bike. So yeah, let's hop into it. Oh, it's a nice C8. Before we get too far into the video, I just want to make clear these are mods that I did to make the bike more comfortable and suitable for me. You just gotta remember, some things are just personal preference. Everything I've done to my bike is the way I like it. Just for example, obviously I have these shorty levers. Not a lot of people like shorty levers. Me personally, I like the shorty levers because when I'm pulling in the clutch, I usually just use my middle and index finger. With regular levers, every time I find myself pulling in the clutch, I always crush my knuckle for my pinky and my ring finger. So that's just an example. What is that? R6. So everything that I did to my bike is not going to be suited for everybody. Just want to make that disclaimer. Man, today is perfect. Today we're in the 80s, no humidity. Perfect for riding. I honestly wanted to go out and ride because next week it's supposed to be raining for almost the whole week, so I wanted to get a video done. That way, if it actually does rain all week, I have something made for y'all. If I'm already out riding and it ends up raining, I'll fight through it, but if it's raining, I will not voluntarily hop on my bike and start riding. And I don't really have everything needed to start on the S2000 yet, but S2000 content will be coming soon, so yeah. Whoa, that's cool. I've never seen one of those inflatable things just... trusty old Honda. Alright, let me get off this thing and walk you guys through everything that I have done to my bike. Let's start off with the list from front to back. So first things first, I do have the Moto Dynamic headlights, the LED conversion headlights. So now when I turn on the bike, instead of with the halo lights only one side being on and the other side being off and the high beams both come on, Now they both stay on at all times, and then when I turn the high beams, these two middle parts come on. I honestly just like this LED strip for like the DRL, the daytime running lights. That's honestly the reason I got it. That plus I do like the symmetry of having both headlights on at the same time. Before, when I bought the bike, I didn't have the LED lights, so I was just running with the high beams on at all times, so both headlights were on. But yeah, so that's the first mod. Mod number 2, the levers. The levers here, if I'm being honest with you, I got them off eBay. They're not any like name brand, they're not ASV or CRG, but they work. I have no complaints about them. I know what a lot of people do complain about with shorty levers is like play up and down after install, and that's because when you replace these levers, when you take this little screw, bolt, whatever you want to call it, out, it has a little like metal shim or washer, whatever you want to call it. Not a lot of people know that you're supposed to transfer that over as a little like spacer, so it keeps that play from happening. But you see here, I'm tugging it up and down. There's literally no play at all, but everything works just fine. Mod number 3, gas cap. I honestly got this gas cap for the pure fact of me having the quad lock. It was annoying when I had my phone up. If I needed to get gas, I would have to get my phone out the way just to get the key off and open up my gas cap. So with this, I just push down, turn, ready to fill up. When I'm done, just close, push, lock, and stays nice and secure. The Anatori quick shifter, man, I love this thing. I thought I was shifting fast before without a quick shifter, but with this quick shifter, it definitely showed me that quick shifters really do have a purpose when it comes to helping you shift faster. So next up on the list, we would have these Vortex adjustable rear sets. As you see, I do have it all the way up and all the way back right now. I have it at this position because it is most comfortable for me, 1. And 2, if I bring you guys to the other side, I can probably bring this down another notch or 2, but this is where I found it most comfortable. Let's talk about my exhaust. As many of you guys must know, these CBR 600 RRs come with a undertail exhaust. I changed it out. This is a CS Racing GP exhaust for the CBR 600 RR. I love the look of the undertail exhaust, but I wasn't a fan of my calves catching on fire every time I would go on a ride that was longer than 30 or 45 minutes. Having this helps a lot, and I honestly love the way the CS Racing exhaust sounds compared to the undertail exhaust. So before I changed it out to this, I bought the bike with a Two Brothers exhaust, and not that I didn't like the way it sounded then. Listening to Two Brothers and the CS Racing, I honestly love the CS Racing out of all exhausts made for the CBR 600 RR because it just sounds phenomenal, and I love the way that it comes with this piece that just works in with the fairings, so it's honestly not even noticeable. But yeah, that's it on the exhaust. Next, we have my chain and sprocket. So it's not very noticeable, but if you look on this link here, it says, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says 520. So I do have a 520 chain conversion. These bikes come with a 525 or a 530 chain. I got the 520 chain conversion because with the thinner chains, when you let off the throttle, the engine braking is a lot lighter. There's less resistance. The thicker the chain, the more resistance it will have. So as I'm decelerating, it won't jolt me forward as much if I were to go from cruising and then I just let go of my throttle. That's just like a comfortability thing for me. It's not that I lost all engine brake. That is one of the reasons that I got the 520 chain conversion. Now let's go to protection. I have Shogun frame sliders. I haven't dropped this bike since I purchased it. Knock on wood. There's no wood around here, but yeah, I haven't dropped the bike ever since I purchased it. So these scuffs here are just from the previous owner dropping it. As you can see on this rear set right here as well, it was dropped on the right side, but the left side is still good. These GB covers I did install when I change out my fairings. That's honestly just there to protect the casing. If I do out the bike, that's just another added level of protection. I do have the sliders, but if I were to be going so fast where it rubbed down the sliders all the way, I still have another source of protection here for my engine. And then this carbon fiber swing arm cover, that's just purely cosmetic. I bought the bike with that. I don't hate the cover, so I haven't taken it off. I do want to make this bike full carbon, authentic carbon, because if it wasn't obvious already, this is actual carbon. But the fairings are just the hydro dip monster fairing carbon. I do plan on getting actual carbon fairing pieces piece by piece because that is not cheap. I did forget to mention, so when you get these Vortex rear sets for the brake side, you do lose the spring for the brake light switch that turns on your brake lights. So when you get these rear sets, you do have to order this pressure sensor that you have to install. You get rid of your banjo bolt and you put this in place of it. So when you push down on your brakes, this measures the pressure that's being applied to your rear brake, and that sends signal to light. Speaking of brake lights, I do have the TST smoked sequential tail lights. So I don't have a rear fender, obviously. So you might be asking, so where's your turn signals? My turn signals are built into the taillight itself. You see how the right side turns amber, and then switch it over to the left, and the same for the left. Oh, I almost forgot. So I don't know, if you guys Google a picture of this bike stock, it will come with a little dangly thing coming out the side up front. That will be the OEM turn signal, which I am not a fan of at all. I didn't install this on the bike. This was already installed when I purchased the bike. These are the TST flush mount turn signals. See how there's a white LED right here, and then let me turn on the turn signal as an example. When I turn on the turn signal, the LED around goes away, and then it starts flashing amber for you. Let people know where you're going. And then I have the Puig, Puig, however you want to pronounce it, swing arm spools for lifting up the bike with the spool stand. You don't need that if you do have the swing arm rear stand. Sometimes I know people run into the issue with lifting up their bike from the swing arm, and they don't have enough room to get a socket to get their rear axle off, so I just run spools. And then under this little rear seat cowl, so I have the Anatori Racing quick shifter module. Some people ask me why I went with Anatori. I honestly went with Anatori because the ease of install, and I can control everything through my phone. So Anatori has an app. Once I turn on the bike, I can tweak all the settings you need. I just need to turn on the bike, open the app, and I can tweak all the settings just from my phone, and I don't have to come back here and press all these buttons on these control modules. It's all simple just through the phone. Next to the Anatori module, I have my Woolwich Racing logbox. So that is what I tune my bike through. My bike is tuned through Woolwich, and with the Woolwich Racing logbox, if I were to be riding and something went wrong, I could plug up my laptop and it'll give me a bunch of info, like my throttle position at that time when something went wrong, my AFR, which is air fuel ratio, if you do have wideband sensor installed, which I do. It'll tell you your ignition timing, it'll tell you your speed, engine temp. It'll tell you all that info, and you can make your tweaks through the Woolwich Racing application. If you do not know what you're doing, I don't advise you to get the logbox. I know Chris Moore over at Moore Mafia, I know he can remote in and tune your bike with the logbox. So if you were to do that, do it that way. Or if you know a guy, if you know somebody that can tune, have them work all that stuff out. But you don't want to be messing with all the numbers in your fuel maps and ignition maps, not knowing what you're doing, because that can be very harmful to your bike. And getting on here, I almost forgot, I do have the Motion Pro Rev 3 throttle cable kit installed. So with the Motion Pro throttle cable kit, for those of you who don't know, with the throttle cable, there's a little wheel in here that pulls and pushes your cables to open the throttle body valve. The wheel with this kit, you can change the different sizes, so you can change basically how sensitive your throttle is. besides that, I mean, I have these eBay mirror block offs, and then I got this camera mount block off plate from sportbiketrackhere.com. That's all I really have done to the bike. The bike does have 68,000 miles. I almost forgot. I do have velocity stack. I completely forgot the name of them, but it's in the airbox. I'll put it up on the screen. But I have velocity stacks alongside with the Brock's sprint filter. So with the performance mods, I have the filter stack, the GP exhaust, plus the quick shifter. For protection, I have frame sliders, I have the GB covers. Then honestly, everything else is just changed for comfortability for me. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
3-0.